Marcel, it's probably not the kind of win you wanted, but you'll take an ugly win anytime?
Absolutely. I think especially with playoffs, look, it's a quality side, Benetton. I mean, I think they came here with everything and they played some great rugby at stages, but I think I'm proud of how the guys adapted to what they brought. They were putting us under heaps of pressure, but it shows you the maturity that's grown into the squad. I mean, a few seasons ago, panic might have came into play, could have lost that game, a few seasons ago. But the growth and experience and the leadership that was on the field today was exceptional. And I think we're just happy for the win. But yeah, I agree with you. I think we're going to have to take a massive big step with the two sides that are playing at the moment coming to us. Yeah. So
would you write it down to complacency a little bit, or because you did look a bit jittery, especially the first 20-30 minutes?
Yeah, I won't say we underestimated them. I would say we knew what was coming. I think the mindset was ready. First try we scored, brilliant. We got the momentum first of all, and that picked up the whole energy of the squad. But with the internationals that they have, they've been under the pump. They know how to handle pressure, Benetton, and they capitalized on that. They knew they should just go to their kicking game, put us under pressure, and they used the opportunities. And look, it's again, I'm going to say it's a quality side, Benetton. I think they've been doing so well this whole competition, and they just showed it today.
Marcel, just how frustrating has it been for you being on the sidelines this season? You're not a guy who likes sitting on the sidelines. You're playing waterboard.
Yeah, no, look, it's never ideal. As the season progresses, you do get a lot of injuries. We saw that in our team itself, and it's never great. You want to be on the field, you want to be with the boys, you want to share that moments, but then your role changes, and then you tell yourself, how can you contribute off the field? And that's kind of what you tried being doing this couple of weeks now, being the water boy as well. Our team manager joked with me. He said it must be the highest paid water boy in the Bulls squad at the moment. So, but yeah, look, it's you just want to contribute at the end of the day, and I think boys pulled it through. Rehab has been going well, so you never know. Maybe for next week.
Just the way this team's, you've been involved in a lot of teams in your life and a long career. Just the way this team is progressing at the moment and sort of growing as a team. Just your thoughts on how they're doing and what's maybe still missing, what you guys still need.
Yeah, look, I think the growth, if you want to answer the question, the growth and experience, that's come a long way. I mean, you can see that in games like tonight when it's good, when it got tough and crunch, and Ruan and Allah and the leaders on the field stepping up, and especially the guys coming off the bench as well. I think I felt like Hakan Vermeerwe with his experience, he showed that the whole season and the calmness that he brings, and the other subs as well. But the biggest thing for us, I feel, is we need to capitalize on the big moments still. Especially with playoffs, you can't afford really soft moments for teams to get in. Because that will punish you. And being in playoff spots, you have to make every point count, and you have to have the right flow in game management when you want to play and when there's a time to make it slow. So that's fixables. I think we dropped 3 restarts today as well, which we can fix. That put us under heaps of pressure, letting them in our 22, and that's what I'm trying to say by keeping them out and just capitalizing, putting the pressure on the position.
What makes it so difficult playing the Irish teams? We obviously don't have you playing yet. So what makes it difficult? Either of those teams, what makes it difficult?
I think just if you talk about Leinster, all the international experience that they have, that's a team that's been growing and has been consistent this past seasons, and they know each other, and they haven't been doing it just at URC. They've been doing it in Heineken. They've been doing it from the international side, and then you take a side like Ulster, which is also passionate, and I think the flow and the way they can build phases in a game puts oppositions under pressure. That's when the spaces come. In terms of how they manage their games and the kicking game as well, and when to put pressure. And I think at the end of the day, when they enter your 22, they leave there with points. It's not they get there and they leave with nothing, So that's going to be a work on for us. There's a few things we identified tonight where we can sharpen up, especially on our 22 when defending, just getting off the line, putting them under pressure. But those are fixables, So no, we're looking forward to whatever's coming this week.
I was actually going to ask about the fixable that you were talking about. How do you look at what you need to fix? Do you look at how you played today and say we need to fix that, or do you go who we likely to play and fix that according to them?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. You're just trying to find the right balance to concentrate what you want to implement on the day. And obviously, a few things stood out today where we can definitely be better for next week. But yeah, in terms of the opposition, we're waiting to see where we play, and then we'll do our homework like we do every week. And it's playoffs. I think best thing for us, a year ago we were out in the quarterfinals, and now we managed to take that next hurdle. But that comes with pressure. That comes with the privilege to be under that pressure, whatever's coming next week. So I think every guy in the squad, player, management, everyone's going to have to take that one step up, whatever's coming next week. And yeah, we'll be prepared.
Skipper, what more can you say about Ngombele? He just doesn't want to go away, and how far or his experience, how is it going to be in the semi-final if you guys get there?
Yeah, well, that's where you want your big players and, to stand up, particularly in those big games. And I think the contribution that he's had, and Coetzee and Kanan playing together today, Sebastian coming on, and, I think he brings a calmness, and that's what you want with playoff games. You need that wiser just to, when to speed things up, when to calm things down, get you in the right areas. And that's what Billy's been doing for us. His try-assist record speaks for itself, not just for us, but for the box as well. And that's the experience that comes with him. You feel so calm in the back and how he directs the kicking game. I felt in the past that was one of our downfalls, particularly in playoffs, but the kicking game has grown on immensely. That's credit to him and the back three that's really been contributing there. And I think the nice thing, what I like about him, every week he aspires to be better, and how he can lead the team and how he can put himself out there, and just, so he's not always the big talker, but sometimes you learn much by how he preps himself in the week and how he conducts himself, So no, he's a massive asset for us, complementing with the back three.
Yeah, so Marcel, you talk about downfalls. A big downfall last season frequently was discipline on the pitch. A lot of ill discipline led to a lot of unnecessary penalties and put you under a lot of pressure. That seems to have been something that has been greatly improved this season. Is there a focus that was on that by the coaches or by the leaders on the field to trim down the number of mistakes? Because those penalties don't seem to be coming nearly as often as they used to.
Yeah, no, something we addressed in the off-season. We've let the opposition too many times in our 22. And like I mentioned earlier, if you do that with Irish sides, they're going to come away with points, So no, that's one of the controllables sometimes you can control in the field. By not being silly or doing something reckless, But yeah, I think it starts from the off-field culture as well, and that progresses to the on-field. So I think we managed to get that right. And yeah, it's an important factor, especially with playoffs. Every point counts. You want to be lily white. At the same time, you want to be on the edge as well, just to inflict your physicality.
Last question.
Marcel, as one of the most experienced players, or probably the most experienced player in the team, one would think that your perspective of specifically loose forward play is set in stone already. But being away from the game for a month or so, do you still get new perspectives when you look from the outside? Like now, this game today, you look from the sideline. Do you get new perspectives? Like you see what they done at the breakdown, and you say, okay, we'll change here and there, things like that.
Yeah, I think as a player, you've been blessed to be playing this game for 13 years, and can tell you every game or every year you keep on learning. How the game evolves and how it adapts, and by the guys you play with, you have to feed off its energy as well, and the synergy that you build up. Like you mentioned, the loose forwards here at the Bulls at the moment is incredible. And it forces you to be on top of your game. It forces you not to be complacent. Because if you take the looses that we have, anyone can fill the job now. It's about coaches picking the right combination for what is best needed for the opposition that we face. And, you have to be on top of your game. And for me, as a leader and as a player this past few seasons with this squad that we've been building, you've joined here since 2021, there's been immense growth for me as a person, as a player, as a leader, learning about the new individuals that came in as well, likes of Volker and Riekert, the experience that they brought to the table, and the new signings also on its way, So no, look, I think you always have to be open to be learning and seeing what fits and what doesn't fit, But yeah, it's an enjoyable journey.